Welcome to my nightmare. Welcome to pod time.
To be fair, though,
We could we could
and then you guys are
we could interrupt the
what the fuck were you guys thinking?
we could interrupt
A
the
little
intro.
earlier, 'cause everything else I
Hi,
asked
welcome
when I
to
was like,
Pod Time. I'm your host, Arlie. Casey won't be
Oh, shit.
quiet over there. He's ranting and
I'm the
raving,
bad mother for a reason, motherfucker.
even though he got prompted that I'm about to cut us in. He wants to just go off on whatever the hell it is he was saying.
God damn it, I'm sick of this shit.
Hi, brother.
Hey, brother. How are you this week?
It's been a relatively normal week. I'm going out of town to Illinois all next week.
Ooh.
So looking forward to getting out of town. Still going to be working at a different job there, but going to be out of town. So
You gonna get some Chicago style pizza while you're over there near Chicago?
maybe
Get
it is
a
I was
good.
about to ask, where in Illinois are you going?
McHenry. I wasn't sure if I should say, but I was like, what does it matter?
Sure.
oh
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
by the time this airs, like anyone who's watching it live now will know. But
Mhm.
by the time this airs, you'll already be over there, possibly
Yeah,
getting
that's
ready
true.
to come back. So it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're going over there for work? Or
Yeah, we're helping out somebody and working over there.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like your actual.
No.
I was like, oh, I didn't know they did that.
You didn't read the messages from a couple days ago? He's getting into the porno business. They're going to shoot some movies.
Oh shit.
The stuff that we want to
Man.
do is only legal there. So
Yeah.
Really? Only in Illinois, huh?
The
only
one
in
state.
That
McHenry.
expression.
It's
Only in
that
Illinois.
it's that state, and more specifically, just that county.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
But enough about my week. How's your guys' week?
Uneventful. I was on Helldivers 2 and Dead by Daylight a lot. It was just your average work week.
Nice.
Yeah. Since I'm still out of a job, nothing.
When do you start
So,
again?
The 25th is what I should start at, but I don't know. There might be a hiccup. I'm not sure. I don't know if I should get on it
No.
or I don't know if I should get
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it on pod.
Yeah, wait till
It's
Yeah.
nothing
12.
bad. I mean, honestly, it's public. It's public record technically. So I mean, it's not necessarily.
Is it something
You
you
know.
want?
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that are public record that none of us know anything about. So
Yeah,
let's,
right.
keep it to yourself for now.
We'd have to go pay to pull your files and be like, oh, this is possibly what got him to not get that
Yeah.
job.
Hiccup.
You
Possibly what
can't
hiccup is.
even find it anymore. So it's really just if I want to share it. So I mean,
Yeah,
I don't really
just
care.
I know
save
what it
until
But
it
you know
develops.
what? I'll save it. I'll save it. It's not that important. But either way, either I start on the 18th or the 25th. I'm not sure.
Well, hopefully the hiccups doesn't stop you.
I'm hoping, but you never know. I mean, if it does, it's not the end of the world. But if it,
Yeah.
it's okay.
The witness is of age now, and evidence disappeared. Like
We don't.
it
we
was
don't
it
need to
was
get on. We
it
don't
was a
need to get
mess up.
into it on
There's a
pod. I
lot
thought
to
we
project
agreed.
in here.
It was a cop mess up. That's why it's all been like it doesn't matter now.
They never served me my rights properly, so let's just call it a day.
Yeah,
The judge called it a long time ago. No, I'm just.
the cop's like he has Miranda rights for a reason, and you didn't give it to him, so you're free to go.
You let another one go on a technicality.
Yeah.
Woo woo! Beat the system. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, it is legally related. Honestly, I don't really mind getting into it. It is part of my background. for PCH, and I had to disclose something. I won't go into details, but I don't know how it's really going to affect anything, or if it's going to affect anything, because they already started their stuff, and honestly, nothing comes up. Even the court that I've reached out to years ago now, can't find anything. So
See,
it's a good sign. Like I said, it might be a hiccup, but that's about it.
You
But
should be in
I'm
the
not
clear.
sure.
witnesses
I should
disappear
be.
all the time.
Huh?
All the time. They disappear all the goddamn time.
Yeah, we're not saying that you had anything to do with it or anything like that, obviously.
I am. I had everything to do with it.
Uh,
Statute of
good lord.
limitations, motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. It's not like people are gonna be like, "What did he do?" Stay tuned next week for my one true three. No.
He's gonna say, "I Juan Castillo."
we don't play 1 True 3 because that's tell him Steve Dave.
Oh, sorry. Bad brother over here.
Yeah.
I
That's
fuck
why.
up the rules. I break fourth
okay.
walls all the time.
Have you heard, Casey, about the Willie's chocolate experience that happened in Scotland? The AI marketing generated
No.
Willie's chocolate experience. You haven't seen anything about it?
No, not even heard about it.
You want to tell them about it, Arlie?
So earlier this week, I had seen like a little picture that was shared, and it was of a girl that was dressed up to look like an Oompa Loompa, standing in front of what looked like a meth lab, and she looked miserable. And she also looked like she would have been a meth user just by how she looked. So when I opened up the article to see what it was about, a guy over there in Glasgow used ChatGPT to generate a Willy Wonka ripoff event and used images created from AI, making it look like there was going to be like a chocolate type factory. And he charged people $40 per ticket, and 840 people ended up buying tickets and going to this event. And when they walked in, it was like a handful of like inflatable decorations, some balloons, that meth lab looking setup, and a bounce house.
There was a chocolate river, but it was about the size of a crib, and the chocolate at the bottom didn't move. And I don't even know if it was real chocolate. I think it was just rubber, like brown rubber, that was representing chocolate.
And as the guests entered in, they were given the children. I don't know about the adults. The article just said the children received one single jelly bean and a quarter cup of lemonade. So,
Okay.
so a shot of lemonade and one jelly bean was the candy that they got for going to this event. And they had hired actors playing the Willy Wonka type guy. And then they had another like weird creature thing. I think they called it like the unknown or something like that. And like Willie was like, maybe we could find him, and he like popped up behind a mirror from behind a mirror. And like you could hear kids like start to scream. And
I watched a couple of videos, and they got into the script for it because it's obviously made to look like Willy Wonka, but it has nothing to do with it, and it's because it's not called Willy Wonka. It's just called Willie's Chocolate Experience. And the Willy Wonka character is named Willie McDuff, and the unknown is supposed to be an evil chocolate maker, and he hides in the walls of this chocolate factory. So that's how they represented him coming out of the wall, was he was hiding behind the mirror. But in the script, his weakness, what do you think his weakness is? The evil chocolate maker.
I don't know. I didn't read this part. If I had to take a guess,
Yeah.
Do you think it would have something to do with like candy or chocolate or joy or something like that? Goodness, not evil.
I don't know why I thought peanuts or something weird like that. I don't know why.
At least something edible.
I was gonna
Goodness
guess.
is
I was gonna guess
tidiness.
tickling.
It's tidiness.
Hiding?
Yeah. So
Tidiness.
in the script, it was like the moral was like trying to get kids to keep their room clean or something like that. Like the whole point was for them to not. Yeah. And then there was something about an anti-graffiti gobstopper that you could throw out, and it would if there was any graffiti, you could throw it at it, and it would erase the graffiti. This was all in the script, though. I'm sure they didn't have a good representation of this at the actual event.
No, I
Oh
wouldn't
my
assume.
God.
So. Their tidiness. A monster's weakness is tidiness.
Yeah.
That's something you tell your kid. That's like Santa's not coming unless you clean your room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody was understandably upset, and the guy does have to give refunds. I don't know what the process of that's going to be, or anything like that, or if he's actually going to do it. But yeah, just that all the idea, the script, and the like the posters were all AI generated, and they look fantastical. But if you get into them, there's misspellings, words that don't make any sense or mean anything. And you can tell that it's AI if you get into it. But just at first glance, if you were to Google Willie's chocolate experience and just look at the posters for it, it's like, wow, that looks magical, looks delicious.
I'll have to check it out, I guess, after the pod just to see it.
It's
Well, we do got a lot to do on this episode.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys ready to jump into the first game.
hit us with it.
All right, we're doing my duck truth.
I'm ready.
All this happened on, I would say, my wife and I think it was our second date. We went to Flagstaff to the lava caves to hike the lava caves. And okay, so number one, these things one of these things happened on this date. Number one, we got chased by a bull. Number two, I slipped off a rock and sprained my ankle while talking about how much I love John Travolta. Number three, I started breathing heavy and sweating through my clothes.
I'm going number 2.
First impressions?
Yeah. No. I'm just gonna pass all the questions up. I'm going number 2. I know you and John Travolta.
We do have
No,
a
I'm just
history.
kidding. Yeah, and first impressions, I don't know why, but that one does stand out to me for some odd reason.
You
What about you,
do.
Harley?
You do talk about John Travolta an unhealthy amount anytime anything relative to John Travolta's brought up. So that one has a lot behind it that would make me say that's definitely true because I could see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hearing what you were called before we went live, I could see number 3 happening.
That's weird.
For the randomness, though, I would say number 1 would be my initial, would be my guess. But I'll ask questions.
Yeah,
All
I
right, hit me.
cannot wait to ask questions about number 1.
Wait, so you said this isn't my question. I'm just trying to. You said this all was hiking a lava pit,
Lava cave. It was on this trip. Yes.
lava cave. Okay,
So,
I can say
it's on
this.
the trip. It doesn't
We had to
necessarily
park.
mean that it's.
We
Sorry,
had
go
to
on.
park like a mile. How far away do you think we parked? At least a mile away from the entrance of the cave, because you're not like technically allowed to be in it. Oh, it was during COVID. Yes. So, but we parked away. Nobody parks like right by it. You park a ways and then you walk up to it.
Okay.
okay.
So it's not to draw
So
attention.
Were there any? My first question is: were there any other types of animals around the area?
As far as I remember, it was just cows, a bunch of cows and a bull.
Is this area located like on a farmland?
That I don't know. I'll give you another question in replace of that one if you want, because that I don't
No,
know.
that's fine.
I think they were just wild cows. I don't remember seeing bells on them or collars or anything of that sort.
And
wild.
and my third question for this one is: what time of the year was it?
It was in, I would say, August. August.
Okay. I'll let
Okay.
Casey ask his three now.
Chased by a bull.
Yeah. See, something you said already. I'm not sure if I should ask it because you kind of said it, but that doesn't mean it didn't. That there wasn't one there. Was there a fence there at all? Like a guard railing at all? Like even by the.
Not that I recall seeing, but there is a dirt road that leads up to the cave, and there's like just trees as far as you can see on either side. I mean, not super thickly, densely populated trees, but just trees all the way down. I don't remember there being a fence, but possibly whenever we turned down the dirt road, there was one of those cattle guards. You know, the grates that they can't walk over.
Yeah, no, I know what a cattle guard is.
Okay,
I
yeah,
was about.
possibly one of those when we turned down the dirt road.
I was
Yeah,
just thinking that right now. When he brought up the fence, I was like, if there's no fence.
Yeah, I was like, dude, how'd you survive?
So yeah, there might have been a fence on the turn in, fence and cattle guard, but I don't remember seeing fence around that. But I figure they just it's like, I don't know if it's a farm or if they just have it like that because they're preserving the wildlife or whatever in that area.
How close? How close did it get to you?
Not very close.
So, but it chased you, right? I mean, that was those are your words.
Is that a question?
No. Well, it's actually it's not necessarily elaborating. I'm just trying to clarify. That's what the original comment was. You got chased by a bull.
Yes.
Right. That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay. I guess if it didn't get close to you, then did it really chase you?
Yeah, I mean, if it runs in your direction and you run away from it, I think that constitutes chasing.
But if it's like 100 yards away and it's running at you, I
It
wouldn't
was
say
not
it's
100 yards
chasing you.
away. I'll tell you, we were walking in what would be
I
if
did
this was
ask
a
how
two-lane,
close.
huh?
I did ask like how close did it get to you, like footage
Okay,
wise.
I'll elaborate on this. We were walking on the left side of the road back to the car, and the bull was on the on the grass on this side of the road. I would say it was, I don't know, 100 feet away.
Okay, those are my three questions.
But I think there are some missed opportunities for questions on that one, but
No,
so you
I'm
don't know
good.
what prompted it to chase us, or how we got away, or what stopped it.
No, I
Mhm.
don't
All
believe
right,
it.
all right. Number two.
I
What
just don't believe it. I'm sorry. If that's the
That's
real
fine.
one, you got
That's
me.
fine.
what prompted you to bring up John Travolta?
I don't know. It was our second date, so we were just still talking about random stuff, and that's where I was at in the conversation when this happened. I don't remember how it got there. You know, it doesn't take long for John Travolta to come up, you know, in some way.
I'm surprised he hasn't come up more in this pod.
He's a national treasure.
I mean, we can't say a whole lot bad about him because he's with that secret society that unalives people.
Possibly.
That
I don't know how much he has to do with it, but
You mean
he might be trapped
Scientology?
himself. He might be trapped himself,
Question number 2 for it. How did the lady respond to you bringing up John Travolta?
Bringing him up in general or slipping while I was talking about it?
Just bringing up John Travolta.
I think she was going along with it casually at the time, but she does rip on me all the time about John Travolta now. So if she was more comfortable with me, she probably would have just been like laughing or talking crap. But I think she just kind of rolled with it in that time.
And number 3. After the ankle sprain, did you continue to talk John Travolta?
Oh, did I? I think I might have, but not necessarily. I don't know where I was at and what I was saying, so I at least finished my thought after I recovered.
That should cover all the John Travolta side of the questions.
Yeah, I was like, I thought you were going to ask one of the questions I was about to ask, but you didn't. You took a hard left on that last question that I didn't expect.
It's important.
It is. Did this happen? When did the sprain happen? Was it in the middle of the hike, beginning of the hike, end of the hike?
Well, if I had to categorize it like that, I would say in the middle, but it is towards the end of the cave part of the hike. Because when you get there, you have to go down this thing, down this rock. It's not a rock wall, but you're just walking downhill on rocks. So you get into the cave, you walk all the way around it, it comes to an end. Like you don't come out of it, it comes to an end. So you just turn around and you walk back. So, and it's cold in there, but it's there's like condensation, so like everything was a little slippery. So it was almost right before getting back to where we had to go up the rocks to get out of the cave. It was towards the end of that.
How far was the walk?
Oh God! Like I said, it's probably a mile from the car to the cave, so a mile there, a mile back, and I think the cave is a mile one way also. So it was a mile to the back of the cave, mile to the front of the cave, mile to the cave, mile back to the car. So 4 miles total.
Okay, so you essentially walked 2 miles on this sprained ankle.
No, it was towards the end of the cave. So it was a mile.
Well, you said you were at the end. Wait, when you say you were at the end of the cave, I thought you meant you were at the bottom. So
No,
you had
not
to
at the back of the cave, at the end of the cave part of the hike. So on the way out.
Oh, okay. So you only had to walk about a mile. Okay.
Yeah, if I had done it on the way in, I don't think I could have done it because of how slippery and dark it is. Because it's pitch black dark. So we had flashlights. I don't even remember if I used my phone or if I had an actual flashlight. I think she brought actual flashlights because she had done it before.
All right, and for my third question, and this is going to be a throwaway, just for the fun of it, did she have to carry you through the threshold?
She did not.
Or did you man up because it was only your second date and you weren't gonna? Huh? She could.
I don't think she could have if she tried.
All right.
And number 3 was
number 3. As soon as we entered the cave, I started breathing heavy and sweating through my clothes.
I mean, I can believe that now. It was a mile hike, and then another mile hike, and then another mile hike, and then another mile hike. If you weren't sweating, I would question your body functions.
I am talking abnormal, supernatural levels of sweating here. I brought a sweater because I was told that it was going to be cold down there, and I wore a long sleeve shirt and a sweater, and I was sweating through both of them. I eventually tied the sweater around. How am I giving all this away? You got questions to ask.
I'm not going to stop you, though. I wasn't going to stop you. I was just letting you go, but...
Yeah.
Well, that takes care of my first question that I was going to ask.
That's a freebie.
It is. That's for last week for giving you four guesses.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so
I even asked the extra question on the right one and still got it wrong. But Casey got it, so that's the point. As long as one of you guys get this, I lose. So
what?
Somehow I'm leaning towards the bull now. I don't know why. This is a stupid fucking thing that could happen. That's random
lots of
as
missed
hell.
opportunities for questions.
What?
I don't know.
What did your lady tell you? Seeing you sweat so much.
She was concerned and was asking and kept asking me if I was okay. And I was like, I have no idea why it happened. Like, I felt fine. I sounded terrible. I was okay. Just continue. We'll continue with your questions.
Were you battling COVID? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding. That was just a fake one. That was just as a joke for the audience. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Go on early.
Was John Travolta brought up at all in this?
Like while I was doing the sweating and the breathing.
Yeah.
Yes, because it was in the cave. I was only doing it in the cave. As soon as I got back out of the cave, I stopped sweating and I stopped breathing heavy. So it was just something in the cave that did it to me, I think.
And while you were sweating, did you get chased by a bull at all?
No, because that was outside the cave.
All right.
I like where your head was at. I know what you're trying to get. You're trying to see if this is the lie or if the other's the lie. Okay. Okay. I mean, honestly, like this is such a random throwaway. Like, I would never bring this up as a true like. If I'm on a hike, I am assuming people are sweating, unless you're only hiking like 5 minutes in
Again, this
cool
is
weather.
not normal sweating. This is uncontrollable supernatural sweating. You don't understand.
You're not wringing it out and like you could fill a
you
water
probably
cup,
could have.
dude.
You probably could have. And it was only 10 degrees in that cave.
Oh, that's really cold.
It's underground.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
All right,
even
you
while
guess.
walking, I wouldn't imagine you sweating like that. That's ridiculously supernatural sweating in 10-degree weather.
Hmm?
I guess I'm gonna ask for real now. Were you sick when you were hiking or something?
Nope.
No. Fuck.
I mean, not
Sorry,
that I know of.
yeah. You guys were hunkered together anyway. Oh, there was COVID. I saw that side eye. Oh,
No, there was no
Pat.
COVID. She was trying to bring up something else that has nothing to do with this.
We got to get her on mic.
No, it's okay.
You're like, no, please don't do that.
All right, one more question.
It's just sweating, man. I'm fucking. There's not a lot of whole.
And breathing like
Yeah.
the entire time we were in the cave.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The entire time.
What was the? I don't know if this is two questions. So if it's not, if it is, let me know.
I'll only answer half of it, but I'm gonna give you the whole thing. Go for it.
What was the highest and lowest elevation that you were at the entire time you were there?
I could not tell you. No, I'll give you another one because I have no idea.
All right.
We were on ground level before we went in the cave. That's all I know. I would say I don't know how far we went down, and it's so dark in there. I couldn't tell if we were going downhill while we were in there. So, like where the light is at the opening of the cave, you can see that it goes down, and you can see where you have to get down to. So it's not super far there, but it could go downhill farther.
Okay. I mean, I could imagine breathing hard because of higher. You did say it was in flag, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a Flagstaff, yes.
Preface that. So I can imagine that there was breathing issues with the elevation already in flag. I just didn't know how deep into the cave you went. Maybe it was like the fluctuation in elevation that fucked you up. But what kind of shoes were you wearing?
I don't know, but they weren't special hiking shoes. I know she has hiking shoes, and I don't even know if it was on that day or another hike we took. I was like, maybe I should start getting, get some hiking shoes. But they were just tennis shoes, whatever tennis shoes I had at the time.
Okay. All right.
All right. Do we have a guess? Do we have a decision on what is the my duck truth?
I'll let Arlie go first.
I want to say you told me this at one point, so I should know. And I've been trying my hardest to remember, because I swear you told me about this.
Maybe I told you something similar to one of these things or something like that.
Oh man. From what I think I remember, I'm gonna go with number 3.
Sweating and breathing heavy the entire time I was in the cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna lock it in.
It's locked in.
Lock it up.
Okay. Sorry, I had to answer.
You didn't have to.
You know what? Just to fucking throw it out there. I know I'm probably wrong, because I know there's no fucking way this is true, and I just want to preface it now. But I'm going number 1. I'm
Chased by
going
a
number
bull.
1.
There was so many questions that did not get asked in there.
I'm going number 1. Just
Okay.
for the fuck of it.
While we were on our way out of the cave, everything was super slippery. And for some dumb reason, instead of walking on the regular rocks, I jumped up onto this big rock, and I happened to be talking about John Travolta. And I slipped, but I caught myself. We laughed,
Oh, okay.
I could have done something bad right there, but I caught myself. It was number 3. As soon as we entered the cave, I started fighting to breathe, but I felt fine. Like, I didn't feel like I couldn't breathe. I just was gasping so hard, and I started sweating profusely through my clothes. And I have no idea why, because I was totally fine on the walk there. I was totally fine on the walk back. It was just something about the environment in the cave that did that to me. But yeah, she makes fun of me for it all the time. But and
I
then
knew the first one was bullshit.
The bull thing, we got menaced by a bull, but we just looked forward, and he was kind of like following us. He might have been closer than 100 feet, but he was like kind of walking on the other side of the road and just in our direction. But eventually, some other cows or something came by, because there was cows running back and forth on the across the road, and the bull was with him most of the time. But on the way, we saw him with the cows on the way to the cave, but on the way back, he was by himself. And I looked at him accidentally. I looked at him in his eyes. So he
I knew
menaced
that
us.
was fake. I was like, "There's
He
no
menaced us,
fucking
but
way
he
you got
didn't
chased
chase
by
me.
a bull." I was like, that's got to be the worst lie I've heard. I was like, I know it's not true at all.
It's definitely
fake
not
as
the
hell.
worst. Ming still has the worst one.
Okay, true. Yeah, that was to tell somebody that everyone, that's like being like, "Hey, I don't know if you know this, but my name is Casey."
Yeah.
Even though it's like right there in the screen. Like,
Well, congratulations. You got me. I didn't win this week. And you're gonna have one for next week, Casey, or just next time we go, it'll be you.
yeah, although I'll tell you off pod. We are gonna have to move things around. That's kind of what
Oh
that
yeah, I
message
forgot.
was
I
about.
might be working next Saturday night, so we may have to move stuff around.
Yeah.
Yeah. The John Travolta one, when you brought that up, I was like,
Yeah.
he brings
I
up
was
John
saying, I
Travolta as much as he can.
was like, I was really leaning towards number 2, but I had that I did suspect that you lied about the tripping.
Yeah, like
That's the
so that
only
one
part
was
like,
99% true. I'd say the bull one was 50%
complete
true.
bullshit.
60%
Yeah.
true.
It
Got
wasn't
menaced
true at
by a
all.
bull. I only have to change one line in there and it's true. We got menaced by
You
a bull.
You saw a bull. That was the that's
I
the
looked a
only
bull
part
in
of
his
that was
eyes,
true.
and he did not like it.
I'm sure he didn't. They don't like confrontation. Or they do like confrontation, but they don't like to be challenged. So
Yeah. Might have dug in his feet a couple of times, you know. And
congrats to Arlie though.
Yes.
So
All right. So now we're moving on to the movie review. Do you want to introduce it, Arlie?
I had picked 13 Ghosts for this week's review. Directed by Steve Beck. Produced by Joel Silver, Gilbert Adler, and Robert Zemeckis.
I know a couple of those names.
I know Robert Zemeckis.
I've heard of Joel Silver as well.
And I have
behind the scenes.
I have a feeling you've already prepped for this or have this information up in front of you too, Pat. So I'm gonna ask Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't ask me shit. I don't have shit ready for that. I told you I'm unprepared. I'm the worst brother here. I don't know why you guys even would assume that I would be prepared for this. Go on though.
Do you know who was part of the screenplay?
No.
Of writing it?
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean by that? Part of it, like the acting of it? Like
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names for the screenplay of this, so the writing of it. Only one of them sticks out, and they are a very popular director today.
Is it M. Night?
No, it's not M. Night.
Is it Guillermo del Toro?
Nope.
I don't know.
James Wan?
I wouldn't.
It's not James
Wan. I wouldn't even be able to. I'm terrible with names to begin with, but I don't know.
Dario Argento?
You son of a bitch. You looked this up, didn't you?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't do any bullet points this week because I was trying to get my scale down. I'm curious, though.
A very popular director right now?
He wasn't as popular, or probably wasn't even really as big then, but he's big today.
I don't know.
Zack
Judd
Snyder?
Apatow? Fuck.
Nope.
I have no idea.
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Come on.
I don't know.
You should know this.
Kevin Smith.
Joss Whedon?
Kevin Smith.
None of those.
Yeah. Wait. Jon Favreau? He's a really popular one right now.
Not Jon Favreau. Good guess.
Okay, see, you can get me.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I really don't. I threw out all the ones that I could possibly give you.
Disappointed.
I'm disappointed.
Okay.
I wish I could pull up the little clip of Hercules when he yells disappointed.
Disappointed. Okay, then who is it?
Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's.
Fuck you, man! Fuck you, dude! God damn you!
That doesn't count for me, right? Because
no.
I didn't say who is it.
I even tried to warn you. I said, this is not for you.
He's so good at that.
Fuck.
Dang it.
I did get you to say it, but there is another director on there. James Gunn. James Gunn was a part of this movie.
Oh, really?
He's part of the screenplay, according to this.
Oh.
I got you both on pod. Nice.
Yeah, he got me before. I think it was the week that you weren't here, Casey. He got me then.
I tried
me right in.
I tried giving it to you too. I was like,
he gets me all the time with it. I hate it.
I was like, gave you the chance to like kind of clue in what I was doing, Pat.
I
should have
Get
known.
But I get it now.
I should have known, and I hate myself more than I already did before this pod.
Good job, brother.
Damn.
Thank you, brother. But it was a movie that I had only initially seen back then, and
like when it first came out.
And this was my second time watching it, and I remembered things a lot different in my head, and I don't know if it was just me thinking of changing scenes myself, like I would have done this, and then that became what the movie was in my head, or if it's just I was trying to think, and I'm like, did this happen? Maybe, I don't know, because I couldn't remember. So it's one of those where, like watching it, I was like, I don't remember this, and it's because I'm like remembering it different.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was quite a few things. It also played like slow and fast. Like it felt like it took forever. In the beginning of it, it felt like it was just really slow paced of the mom and them dying and everything. And then once they got to the house, it felt like all of it was rushed. Like as soon as they got in the house, it was like.
Plus, there was a lot of quick cuts with the slashing sound, like the not even like that slashing sound.
Yeah.
That felt like it made it move. At least it made it feel faster.
It was like Matthew Lillard is in it. He's a kind of like a psychic who can see things by touching them or them being near him. Tony Shalhoub is in it. He plays the dad to Nadia.
Yeah.
That's how I know her, Nadia. Shannon Elizabeth, that's it, right? He plays the dad to Shannon Elizabeth, and then some little annoying kid who was like podcasting before podcasting was podcasting, talking into his little recorder about the news. That little kid seen the future.
That could be considered like podcasting before podcasting, I suppose.
But the premise of the movie is like Tony Shalhoub's uncle is trying to build this contraption, and he needs 13 ghosts in order for it to work. And he fakes his. Or should we spoil the ending or wait?
It's spoilers. This movie's 20 years old, so.
I just meant spoil it at the front of the review.
Yeah, we have a bad habit about doing that. So
okay, I guess not on the overview.
So either way, Tony Shalhoub inherits his house. And Matthew Lillard ends up showing up there, pretending to be some kind of electrician, claiming that the circuit breakers or something with that house is affecting like 5,000 other people. Even though as they're driving up to it, he's like, there's nobody around here. Your uncle loves seclusion. It's just one of those things, like, if you're paying attention, like, it's funny. Because, like, on one hand, he's like, it's a lot of people you're knocking power out for, and on the other, it's like, nobody lives here.
There's nobody around for miles.
Oh, I forgot to mention Tony Shalhoub's wife dies at the very beginning because of a fire. And it cuts to 6 months later. They're in like some kind of apartment.
They're in like debt, and they're like downsize a lot.
Yeah. Although he could afford a nanny somehow.
Yeah, like a live-in nanny.
Which is really weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of contradictions to this movie, I guess, if you pointed out.
Yeah.
I try not to anymore now with you guys being like, oh, you gotta, what's the term? You gotta suspend belief
It's because
I'm like, okay, I gotta try. So I'm starting to overlook all the stupidity of it.
I make a lot of excuses for movies just in an effort to enjoy them. So,
Yeah.
we point out because you're like, this would never happen in the real world. It's like, yeah, we
It
know
wouldn't.
that. We don't watch the
wouldn't.
movie because it's supposed to be the real world. We watch it for it to be an escape.
Yeah, but I mean, there are some things where I'm like, that's bad writing. At the very least, it's bad writing.
Yeah.
To me, this whole movie was bad writing. I regret picking it. Like I
Well,
watched.
they get to the house, and then the everything is activated. All the house is like glass walls with like inscriptions on them, and they're trapping the ghosts inside. And once it's activated, the walls start moving to allow the ghost to move out and about because they want it to get to a certain spot in the house. All the ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's only activated because of the fake lawyer, right?
He's probably a real
The thing-
lawyer. He just kind of knew something about what was going on.
All right.
He was in on it because he had the glasses. Like he knew about it.
Yeah,
he knew about it because as he was walking through the hallway, he was like, "Ooh, hey!"
he was
like
crash talking to ghosts.
taunting
Yeah,
them. He was taunting all of them.
Probably my favorite scene was the
Nice
scene
titties.
of him walking
It's like-
through there. You guys always fucking steal it right before I get to it. Every goddamn time. I go to bring it up and you guys are like, Mom, there could be only
That
one.
was very organic, okay?
I didn't even know you were gonna say it. I really did. I had no idea.
It's too late now. This has been Welcome to Pod Time. I've been your host. I'm sick of this shit. That's my favorite part. Is like he's walking by and he just looks at her and he's just like, nice tits. To a ghost.
Yeah, one of the ghosts is a naked lady and she's all cut up. She's all sliced up.
They refer to her as the princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was 13 different archetypes of ghosts that they need to make this machine work. Now, I think the machine is the most.
12.
Huh?
I thought it was supposed to only be 12. The 13th was
I was confused about that because the lady said it was a fail-safe, but it sounded like it was to shut it down. So I was like, then why does he want this person here to shut it down? I thought he wanted the machine to work. But I think she was just lying to him, and they needed that 13th ghost to make it work.
Once again, a contradiction. Bad writing.
No, they were lying because she, spoilers, she wasn't who she claimed to be.
Oh, okay.
So she was just lying to him. I don't even know why she brought it up, though. I guess it's because they were looking in the book.
Yeah.
But that machine is the most unbelievable thing about the movie. I'll even take the ghost that somebody made that machine, though. It's unbelievable to me.
Yeah. He
it looked
to build
good,
it without anybody's like. So it's like, hey, so why are you building this weird Latin-based machine? Like, nobody questioned it. Nobody. They were like, oh, I'll take the money.
They probably had different subcontractors coming in and doing a small portion of it, so nobody knew what was really going on. But that machine just looks so unbelievable. But it looked good, like visually. It looked good.
It did. Visually speaking, yeah.
They're like, let's see what we can do with our visual effects now that they're getting better.
What do we think about the characters and the actors?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Matthew Lillard, he was asking what do we think about the characters and the actors.
Oh, okay.
Matthew Lillard, I think did a good job at playing like a I don't know. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of actors that play like psychics like that see dead ghosts. So it's like hard to be like,
yeah, and like
he did a good job, he did a bad job. Like in comparison to these other people. But like I liked his character. Tony Shalhoub, his character seemed super gullible, but also very skeptic at the same time, which is very weird and contradicting.
Yeah, it's like whenever that ghost was pulling his daughter by the hair, and he right before that he's like, "There's no such thing as ghosts," and then 1 second later he's like, "Let her go," but then he still didn't believe it fully after that.
Yeah, yeah, because he was like, "Give him the glasses,"
He's like,
and then
"Yeah,
he
this is
finally
all
was like,
bullshit. Give him
"Oh,
the
oh,
glasses."
yeah." I
Those
don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of contradicting in this. Bad
I think
writing.
Tony Shalhoub's character was like he's always playing like not offbeat characters but distinct characters, and that was like the most normal person that he's played. I thought he did a
Yeah.
fine job, and I thought Matthew Lillard did a good job. But when he was pretending to be the electrician, I thought it was really weird. But then I started thinking he was doing that as an actor, was doing that on purpose because his character wasn't an actor. So his character was playing another person and was not good at it. That's how I took it, but I don't know.
Probably. No, you're probably right. Because he was like messed up and shit in the head,
It
and
was
he
really
made that
awkward
comment.
his acting when he was the electrician.
Yeah. It's also weird that he had like a whole suit under it. I don't
Yeah.
know why he would choose to wear
I
a
don't know
whole
why he
suit.
was there.
I think guilty
I know he was
conscience
involved
to
with the capturing of the ghosts and stuff, but I don't know why he was in the house at that time.
I
Was he
think
trying to stop Cyrus?
I think guilty conscience from trying to stop them from completing whatever
Hmm.
you know, whatever they were trying to complete, trying to save them. Because
And what do we think about the designs of the monsters?
um I liked the princess. I wish they did
I did
more
like the
with.
jackal.
I was gonna say that too. Son of a bitch. No, I
But
was.
I mean, they did do a good job. Like when he was talking about like oh, this is the sign of the jackal, and if you know if that one's released, like we got to get the hell out of here. And before they were like, oh, that's the jackal. I was like, oh, that's got to be because that one's the craziest son of a bitch I've seen
Mm-hmm.
yet. And I'm like, so they did. I feel like as far as like imagery goes, like they nailed that one because they didn't tell you which one was which at first, right? You probably, if you paid attention in retrospect, you probably saw the logo
Yeah, well,
with
you
that
don't
person on
know
the
you
face.
don't know what you're looking for at that point. Once they
Right,
start reading off the
exactly.
archetypes, it starts showing them. So you're like, okay, I saw that one, and yeah,
Yeah,
I wish
but
they did
I
more
didn't
with the
remember.
jackal.
yeah, yeah. I think they all could have had a little more to do, but they looked great and unsettling. Even the ones that didn't look scary looked like they didn't look monster scary. They looked scary for other reasons, but well done, I thought.
I think the least scary one would be the torso. Like, what the hell is
Yeah,
that
but
thing
yeah,
gonna do to
well,
you?
it's a moving torso though. Like
Yeah, but
It's
it's.
I would
terrifying
think
in
the scary
itself, like
one would
just
be
to
the
see it.
child and the sick mother or whatever, but they look very unsettling.
Yeah, yeah. I would say the most unsettling one was the guy with the spikes through his entire body, like the
Hmm.
railroad spikes.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that one was
was it
pretty
that the
terrifying.
Titan or something like that, or that was the hammer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that was his
Well,
weapon of choice.
I made up my horror movie rating scale. It's got five categories, and each one will be given a score of 0 to 2 to make up a possible 10 points. Do you guys want to hear?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. First, I want to be actor performances and characters. So for this movie, I'm going to score it a 1 because it's definitely not bad, but I can't give it a 2 and say it's up there with top tier acting and stuff. Number 2 would be monster entity design and makeup, and that I think was really good. So I'm gonna give that a 2. Overall presentation, direction, and sound. What do you guys think about that? We
Mm,
talked about the other 2 categories already. So what do you guys think about the presentation and the sound, the ambiance, the directing choices?
see, I mean, as far as the choices go, like, see, because directing choices is different than writing choices.
Hmm.
So I would say that they have to. I mean, that they have to be either judged together or judged separately with like kind of like a kind of like a handicap of sorts. It's
But
like
yeah,
he
yeah. There's
directed movies
nothing
just as
writing
good as
about
the
this
writing that
category.
he had.
It's just the direction, sound, the overall presentation. So it doesn't have anything to do with the writing.
Yeah, I would say then it was good. I would say besides like some of the writing choices, I would say that it was very well done for what it
Hmm.
was at the time. Yeah, I liked it.
What do you think, Harley?
Uh, like just on this specific topic.
Yeah, just about that specific topic.
If felt rushed, felt too rushed when it felt rushed,
Hmm.
and then there were slow parts where it's like these are really slow and they don't add anything really to the movie. So it's like
That's writing though,
unnecessary.
man.
It's unnecessary
That's
slow.
writing though. That's the problem. That's why I said that you have to separate them because some of the directing was based off of the writing. So everything that you're critiquing right now technically goes into the writing aspect of it. The dialogue, the choices of when, like what dialogue they use, when they use it, how long and prolonged it is, that's not the director. The director is going off of what he has available. So he's filming scene to scene to scene, but using the script and that's the choice of writing right there.
Yeah, I get that. Hold on one
Uh,
second. My charger's not charging. Give me 1 second to fix this.
You're good. All I that's
or
why I don't know. I feel like the third category, man. I think you have to include the writing. I really do, because I think the
that's
directing they go too much hand in hand. You can't complain about the director not doing a good enough job if he's doing what he can to work with in the script.
for me for this way of like grading it. It's harder if we break it down into segments because I feel like it has the potential to give it a higher score than I would want to give it. Like if I like for breaking down the actors, like Pat, I would give it a 2 because I like quite a bit of the actors that are in it, and I like what they did, and like for the story, that'd be like another 2. Like, what do I think of that? And then if you break down the others, like for me, if I was gonna give the whole movie a thing, it would be a 3. I would have gave it a 3. But
Yeah, I was thinking four as well.
if we break it down, then that just based on those two categories alone, it'd bump it up to a 4.
Hmm.
But overall, I don't think it's a 4. I'd put it
I
at a
thought about
3.
that, but definitely some of these categories could get zeros too. I mean, I'm not giving anything as any one of these a 0 on this particular movie. I think it was more middling than anything. But I would say overall presentation with the direction and the sound, I would go 1 because it's not a 0, but it's definitely not a 2.
Yeah.
I'm giving that a 1. Then number 4 is did I understand it?
There were some things in there that happen with zero explanation, like the
Yeah, you were
flare.
commenting on that. What exactly
She
were you specifically talking about when you brought that point up?
so in the movie, the girl the girl that just randomly shows up at the end of the movie or towards the end of the movie to save him,
Hmm.
she
Yeah.
shows up and throws a flare at him, like knowing this something about this flare scares the ghosts away. But like no explanation, no comments, no throwaways. Nothing is said about the flare. They didn't ask like, "Hey, how come they're not chasing us?" Like nothing was brought up. And like I was like,
I had that same question.
what about that flare happens? Like, is it the light? Because that doesn't make sense. Because there's lights on in the house. I was like, is it a chemical reaction between what's going on
I
in
thought
the
it was the
flare.
flashing aspect.
Yeah, I was curious about that too. Like, what is it about the flare that makes them scared, even momentarily?
It was like
I asked,
they're ghosts, so it's not like the fire is gonna do anything to them.
yeah.
So
No,
it's
I
one of
asked
those
her about
things.
that too because it was one of her favorite movies. She said she's like, oh, I love because she's a fan of Matthew Lillard. To be fair, so that's why it was one of her favorite. But I asked her, I was like, I don't get what the fucking point of the flare is, and she's like, oh, it scares them. But in my head, I was like, why though? Like they
Yeah,
never.
I just took it for knowledge that the character had already when they came in, and I
Yeah,
just accepted that.
I
but
did
they,
too. That's the suspending my belief. I just let it go. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess it scares them. I assumed it was like the flashing aspect because even when they're watching him through the glasses, you know how they kind of like flicker in and out of perception.
hmm
I assumed that the flickering of the flat of like the flare had something to do with their abilities to like pass by. That's
That
just
could be
total guess though.
something. That could be something.
Yeah, I no idea though.
No, I
But
want to say
yeah.
overall, I did not understand it. I don't
you
know
mean
if
the
it's
story or
just as a whole. There are lots of individual things that I did not understand. But like I said, I can't give it a 0 on it because I definitely understood, you know, more of the meat, I guess. So I'm gonna give that a 1. And then last one is what? How was the ending? Was the ending good? Because horror movies especially have a rough time with endings. And there's definitely some really good endings out there. There's definitely some really bad endings out here. Now on
I
this
gotta
one in particular,
like am I
I
just
actually
rating the
hated.
ending?
I hated the very ending whenever the babysitter, the living baby, the au pair quit. I thought it was unnecessary. It was just like a joke at the end, and they should have just ended it right before that. Um,
With the mom
but that's
fading
not
out,
the ending. The ending is what happened before that. So
they didn't really have like ending credit scenes back then, or they would have just thrown that after credits.
yeah.
Like
Because
that.
yeah,
That's
I thought it was a weird tonal shift right after that. They should have just ended it before that. After Tony Shalhoub jumped into the eye of the whatever it's called, the machine.
Aya Agamotto.
Is that what it was?
No,
No, that's something else. That sounds
that's
familiar. That's
Doctor
something else.
Strange.
So if I gave that one a 1, then I see the problem with the scale now, like you said, because I don't think the movie was a 3, but I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a 6 out of 10. Cathy's.
I'm going
You
a
guys notice how much he
3.
said that he yelled Kathy in that movie? Did you guys notice that?
I did not.
That was Shannon Elizabeth's name. That was his daughter, and he's looking for her most of the time. So he's just running around like Kathy, Kathy. He says it a lot.
I'll give it a solid 3 Total Recall Titty Woman.
Fair.
I'll give it a 4 for what it was. I was gonna give it a 4 regardless. Uh,
For me, it
I'll
was
give it a
just being
4. Don't
disappointed.
touch me, huh?
Oh, I was saying for me, it was just a factor of like the score is low because like I said, I'm remembering things that didn't happen in the movie, and
Fair.
like to me, what I remember is better than what I seen. So I was like, that lowered it for me because I was like,
So based on those expectations, yeah, it went scored lower.
See, and
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't
think it
remember a
necessarily is a
lot of
6.
it.
I'm going to stick with it because that's the scale I came up with, but I'm going to have to refine it now. I do see the downfall to that.
It's all good.
it
Like I
could.
said, I give it a 4. Don't touch me.
Like I said, like if we break it down into like categories, I would have at least at the minimum had it at a 4. But like in my head, if I was just ranking it to rank it, if somebody's like, "What would you give this out of 10?" Like 3. I would have said 3.
Hmm.
So to me, it skewed it, or it has the potential to skew it higher, or it could skew it lower.
Yeah.
But But I mean, we could do both systems. Like,
Well, why don't we talk about that off one?
I'm just saying, like,
yeah, we can refine that later.
No, I'm saying like I could give it your score, and then I could give it like my score after, like based on your score.
I'll do that and compare it to and see how accurate it is or could be, because it does seem like there's some downfalls to it.
I think we also need more subcategories. I think the writing versus directing, or it needs to be lumped in together. Like, because honestly, like, I really do like. To be fair, the director should have been like, "Yo, this is kind of rushed, man. You need to change this writing."
Yeah, James Gunn.
And you 4 other people. Do we have any closing thoughts before I announce next week's movie?
I know that this is like a cult movie. I know there's a lot of people out there that love it. And I know recently people have been hounding Netflix to make like a TV series about the killers, like giving them backstories and stuff like that. Like that it has nothing to do with the movie, but it does. Yeah, I mean, if it's killer based, like if we're gonna get to like
seeing the backstory of like the ghosts.
Like if they spend like a whole episode like with the jackal, like
I might check that out, because the ghosts were one of the best parts about it, just the ghosts themselves.
Yeah. So I mean,
the only one I would say it would be weird is like the kid with the arrow through the head.
Well, there's got to be a story behind that, but yeah, he just didn't live a long life. Yeah.
Well, he's a cowboy,
no
so
that kid has an arrow through the head without a story.
It's like he got shot by an Indian. Come on. It's clear. I can say that because I am Indian, but you can't say that.
Yeah. I know. That's why I didn't comment. I didn't feel like it's not like what Pat said.
Oh,
it's I give you like overachieving black couple. That's not. It's nothing like that. I'm never gonna let you forget that. I hope you know that. That's never gonna go away.
I wasn't wrong. And I didn't say overachieving. I said like high achieving.
You said
I said over first, but I corrected
You said overachieving.
I said over first, and then I corrected it. High achieving.
You could go back and fucking watch that tape. I don't give a shit. You started it off terribly, and I will never forget that.
It's true.
You just showed your age by saying go back and watch the tape.
Whatever.
All right. I'm gonna we got to get right into this game because stuff's about to go down. So
the movie for next week
is going to be the movie Mama. M-A-M-A. Mama.
Is that with Mystique or whatever her name is? Jennifer Lawrence.
Chastain is in it. But that's the only person whose name I know in it.
I know that name, but I can't put a face.
She was the girl in It Chapter 2.
Okay, I will create a board for this eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I will create a board for this eventually. But you said you want me to jump into it, right?
Yep. This is our game for the final spot on the bracket between the VHS series and the Hatchet series.
All right.
Do you have a name for this game?
I don't. I didn't create a fun twist of a name. I don't know if should I change it just for licensing rights?
How about Horrors in Jeopardy? Horrors in Jeopardy.
Okay. Horrors in Jeopardy.
Horrors.
That dude.
Horrors in Jeopardy.
Don't even act like I knew exactly what you were going to say.
Horror. Horrors in Jeopardy.
I would have said it's Jeopardy with an exclamation mark, as in they're in Jeopardy, but that is essentially the same. They do have an exclamation point, so I can't even take that.
Just put a Z at the end and call it Jeopardy's.
Is Jeopardy's with a Z? Yeah, we're gonna play Jeopardy's with a Z.
Right. So there's how many categories? 6.
Yep.
Hit me with them.
There's 6 categories. We got horror movie classics, monsters and creatures, horror movie villains, psychological horror, horror movie settings, and cult classics and obscure gems. Like I said, and eventually I will have a board with this, so that way I know I'm
sorry,
still
what
blurred.
was the
it's
6th one
visible
again?
enough. It will sit in this corner.
What was the 6th one again?
Cult classics and obscure gems.
Cult classics and obscure
Each category goes from 200 to 1,000 points, obviously ranging from easiest to hardest. And we do have a final Jeopardy's with a Z at the end category. I'm going to keep saying it for licensing purposes.
I like it. I like it.
Did you hear the other idea?
Huh?
I was asking Pat, did he hear the other name idea?
Oh.
Horror Jeopardy?
Horror Jeopardy?
Horrors in Jeopardy.
Horrors in Jeopardy.
All right.
All right. I'm going to give you the floor, Arlie, to go first.
I'll go first.
If you don't remember the categories, you could easily guess 1 through 6 and then a dollar amount or a point amount if you don't want to remember the names.
Literally what I was about to do. Every fucking time I'm about to say what I'm going to do, you're like, titties. I was gonna say whatever category 1 is, space 1.
Okay. Horror movie classics.
Hell yeah.
What?
Whatever the first space is.
Oh, for 200?
Sure.
It's 200 to 1,000. So it goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000.
I haven't seen Jeopardy in a long time. I thought you had to start at the top and work your way down. You could just pick any dollar.
Yeah, you could pick any amount.
Quick question. In Jeopardy, you buzz in. So in this game, we are just going to allow whoever asks the question to answer it first, and then the other person gets a chance at it if they get it wrong?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I'll go 1,000 then. Spot 1, 1,000.
Unless, does Discord have anything? I don't know. Ooh, 1,000? You're going to go with okay. Real quick though, Arlie, you know more about Discord than anything. Is there a feature on here that allowed you to do like a buzzer feature?
Yeah,
that I wasn't aware of.
If we had the soundboard, if we had one on the soundboard, so it'd be like us rushing to try and click into the soundboard and then to try and click on the sound, the correct sound.
Okay, see if we can do that. We'll set that up for future.
Yeah. We'll improve upon the presentation in the future.
Okay. All right. So category 1, 1,000, huh? Okay. So, what is the name of the serial killer who wears a mask made of human skin in Texas Chainsaw Massacre series?
Leatherface.
Yes,
that's
correct.
1,000.
I put it in there. I'm not saying that they're all hard, okay? These are ranging from easiest to hardest. That's all I said.
But that was the hardest question in that category?
In that, I don't know. I personally, none of them are hard, but I did specify. Okay. I can't control all the questions all the time. Not with.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
Not when you chat GPT it.
Yeah, no. Well.
When you chat GPT it, you can't control that.
I made some changes to mine though to make them work a little better.
That'll give you hopes to not just pick the easy ones either, though. So just remember that.
What about
okay?
What about Chat GP Jeopardy?
Chat GP Jeopardy. There you go. I like it. Chat Jeopardy. Okay. Good one. think. See, this is why
1,000 points
I'm
for
the
me.
big brother.
Just kidding.
I'll give you 2 bonus points for that.
Okay, so now
Uh,
do you run the board until you get one wrong, Arlie, or do we just take turns?
I would just say take turns, right?
you would run the board,
Oh, I would run it.
but technically Jeopardy does work
Oh.
like that. But I was thinking about going back and forth because the questions aren't
And
insanely
because
hard.
there's no buzzer, also.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
that
willing
too.
to go back and forth. It's up to
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
It's up
I'd
to the
rather
game.
go back and forth until a buzzer option is available. I'd
Is this-
still rather, I'd rather do a buzzer feature, or I
Yeah,
don't know.
let's talk about
I'd
that
rather
later.
go
'Cause
back and forth
this
and
is
then a
already gonna
buzzer.
be a long enough game. I'm
Exactly.
gonna do horror movie classics for 800.
Okay. In which horror movie does a group of friends find a mysterious videotape that curses them to die in 7 days?
What is The Ring?
Correct. 800 points for Pat. Harley, it is your turn.
I'm gonna go category 2, 1,000.
I was surprised that Pat didn't do that. I honestly, I was like, okay.
Going for the points,
Okay,
baby.
Yeah, it's all about it.
I see
In
what's going
which
on here.
movie do scientists accidentally create a genetically engineered hybrid monster with shark-like features? Now, see, I told you. That first category might be easiest. Maybe it gets harder. I think it does get harder as it goes on.
A movie where scientists create a creature with shark-like features?
Yes. So it's in which movie do scientists accidentally create a genetically engineered hybrid monster with shark-like features?
Hmm. What is Deep Blue Sea?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Ah!
Oh wow.
They ate me! A fucking shark ate me! Ain't you seen my
Honestly,
movies?
when I first saw that, I was like, "Is that a horror movie?" I was like, "I guess it
Yeah, I guess it
kind of
is.
is." I was like, "Jaws is horror, and that's shark related." So,
All right, I'm going villains for 1,000 then.
all right.
Hey, he can't steal my tactic.
Too late, motherfucker. All right. What is the name of the sinister clown antagonist in Stephen King's It? I'll just give you 1,000 now.
Who is Pennywise?
Correct.
Is who? Would that be the correct way to answer? Who is or what is?
That's the part that I'm not gonna enforce. I'm not gonna, what is, no.
Who
I'm not
is
gonna pretend it
Tim
is.
Curry?
Who is? Yeah, it would be who is, because it's related, yeah. That'd be hilarious. Like, wrong.
I'm pretty sure that's Tim Curry.
Arlie, it is
Board
your
is yours,
turn, and I'm
Arlie.
already assuming category 5 at this point.
Whatever one's 1,000.
4? Or 4. 4. It'd be 4 is the next one that nobody's done. You want the category 4 1,000?
What's the category?
Psychological horror.
Sure, hit me with it.
What is the name of the psychological horror film in which a woman suspects her neighbor of being a serial killer?
Man, that's a lot of movies.
hey, I just asked if that's the one you wanted. You could have
And
chosen
it did
anything.
say her neighbor, so that kind of clues in on something as well. Suspects her neighbor of being a serial killer.
Yeah, there's like 5 different types of ones like these that are all similar.
I can't get one out of my mind, but I know it's not the right answer, but I can't think of anything else.
Mr. Brooks?
Wrong. Pat.
I had one other guess. If Pat gets it wrong, I'll throw mine out.
Yeah, so I do assume that since obviously if both of you try and fail, it's gone.
Yeah.
So just wanted to,
I
figured it was obvious, but I figured I would say it for the audience sake.
I'm going to guess Disturbia.
Wrong. It's
my
go
other.
on, Arlie.
I was gonna say my other guess would have been like Arlington Road, but I don't know if he was
It's actually
considered a killer as much as a terrorist.
it's actually a movie called Rear Window.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go cult classics and obscure gems for 1,000.
All right. In which horror movie does a family encounter a malevolent force after their son disappears while playing a game of hide and seek?
Disappears while playing a game of hide and seek. Well, I know there's a movie called Hide and Seek, and I can't think of anything else, so I'm going to say hide and seek.
Wrong.
Dang.
Harley with a chance to steal. It's like Family Feud up in this movie.
Trying to think. They encounter. You said encounter a malevolent force when their son is playing hide and seek.
In which horror movie does a family encounter a malevolent force after their son disappears while playing a game of hide and seek?
I have no idea. Insidious? I've never seen the movie.
No, it's called
Is it
Ready
The Conjuring?
or Not.
Oh, Ready or Not. Okay, I've heard of that, but I haven't seen it. All right, Arlie, your turn to pick.
So some of these are getting you. That's good.
Number 5 still has 1,000 available.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to say then.
Okay. What is the name of the underwater research facility where a group of scientists encounter a deadly creature in a horror movie? That's weird that they would phrase it like that. What is the name of the underwater research facility where a group of scientists encounter a deadly creature in a horror movie? I don't know why they add that. It sounds so odd. It's like they're
yeah, this could literally
recording
be
a movie
anything.
in a movie.
I don't know. I'm just going to throw out a random guess. The Leviathan?
Ooh,
no,
that's a good one.
No,
I was trying to think of that, but all I can think of is Prometheus. Not the movie Prometheus, but the name. That'd be the name of it.
nope. Was that your guess?
Yeah, that's my guess.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's The Abyss.
Oh, okay.
I know the movie. I was thinking of that movie, but I was trying to think of
what's
the
the
name
thing called? Like, what's the research facility called?
Because if I I should have just said The Abyss.
Name.
I should have just been like, I'm thinking of the movie The Abyss.
I don't know why they say it, because they do ask what the research facility is. I've never heard of The Abyss. I mean, I've heard of it, but I didn't know that there was like that was also the facility name.
It's the precursor technology to the T-1000. It's when James Cameron like developed and you see the face.
Yes, they wanted to see if he could do that right, and that's how he nailed the T-1000. All right, I'm gonna go with monster creature for 800. Alex.
Okay, monster creature.
Turning the freaking frogs gay.
Sorry, for 800 you said?
Yeah.
All right. What is the name of the ancient creature that awakens from hibernation and wreaks havoc in New York City in a found footage style film?
Oh, is there a name for it? It's a Cloverfield monster, right? Cloverfield, Project Cloverfield. It doesn't really have a name that I remember.
I'll give it to you. It is Cloverfield, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Cloverfield.
800.
All right, I now have 2,600 and Arlie has 2,000.
Nice.
Category 2, 800.
That was 2. 3 through 6 is available.
Category 3, 800.
Okay. Oh, okay. You'll get this. Okay. Who is the main antagonist in the A Nightmare on Elm Street movies?
That would be Freddy Krueger,
Correct.
played by the greatest actor on earth, Jackie Earle Haley.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
I knew he was gonna slip that shit in there.
Terrible.
Motherfucker.
If you want to get real technical, it's Frederick Krueger.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Krueger. All right, I'm gonna go. Ooh, I'll do psychological for 800.
Sorry, I had to. It wasn't on purpose. I just had to adjust.
All right,
Sorry.
yeah, psychological for
Sorry,
800.
That was a
Psychological
psychological
horror
horror
300?
event we just seen right there.
Sorry,
What
everybody, and
just
sorry to the
happened?
audience most of all. Okay, which psychological horror film follows a group of astronauts experiencing strange phenomena after returning from a mission to Mars? So I'm gonna re-say that because there is a lot of movies like this.
Hmm.
Which psychological horror film follows a group of astronauts experiencing strange phenomena after returning from a mission of Mars, or from a mission to Mars?
Man, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I wouldn't assume Mars would be in the title right away. I'm thinking Red Planet, Ghosts of Mars.
Remember, those were all on Mars, though.
They were
You
on
gotta think
Mars,
after
yeah.
they came home from Mars. That's
I have no idea. I don't think this is it either, but I'm gonna say Astronaut's Wife.
nope.
All right, Arlie, your guess.
Species?
Say that
What'd you
again?
say?
Species?
No,
I don't think that's
no.
it.
The Last Days on Mars.
Oh,
Mars was in the
okay.
title. They couldn't give
Okay.
it to you.
There you go. All right, Arlie, you're bored.
Whatever.
6 are still available for 800.
Five for 8. Hell yeah. Just give me the points. I already got this.
Wait a minute. I actually marked.
Hurry up, we're not even halfway done with this game.
Sorry. Okay. In which horror movie does a group of people become trapped in an abandoned asylum?
Yeah, there's a lot of those too.
There's a lot of horror movies, man. They don't have original content all the time.
Yeah. That's why I didn't have a writing thing on my scale, because there's not a lot of differentiations.
I don't even know if I've seen a movie where they're just trapped in an asylum. Is it Cube?
Nope.
I know one where that 100% happens, but I know it's not going to be the answer, and I'm trying to think of another one that I have in the back of my head, and I just cannot pull it forward. I'm just going to say the one that I know, and that's Wrong Turn 3. I'm sorry,
No.
Wrong Turn 4.
No, Session 9.
Okay, that I wouldn't have got.
Yeah.
Okay,
your video's messing up bad. Pat.
Me?
Yeah.
Did I exit out and come back in?
We could hear you fine, but your video, like Casey, is it messing up on your screen? Of course, now that I say it and he's gonna look,
No,
it's gonna be perfect.
It was messing up on my side.
It's good now.
Well, after my next question, I'll exit out and jump back in. Okay.
No, you're good now. It's
I'm
back to normal.
I'm gonna go with horror movie classics for 600.
Hold on, I gotta get out of here. It's getting too dark in here. Sorry.
Just turn on a light.
You know, I don't even know how. I'm not gonna lie. It's not my garage, and I don't know how to keep a light on. There is a light, but I don't know where the switch is for it. There, I triggered. There's a trigger for the garage. Next time I'll just stand up quicker, I guess. There. Okay. Now I look fucking bald as shit.
Horror movie classics for 600.
All right. What is the name of the haunted hotel in the film adaptation of Stephen King's novel?
The Overlook Hotel.
Correct. 600 for Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think there's still an 800-point question, though.
There is
I'm not
one
mistaken.
800-point question left.
I'll
Yes.
take it.
Category 6. Okay.
Cult classics and obscure gems.
Yep. What is the name of the horror anthology film featuring 5 interconnected stories set in a haunted motel? Do you need me to repeat that? That was kind of a mouthful.
5 different stories connected in a hotel.
Motel. A haunted motel, yeah. What is the name of the horror anthology film featuring 5 interconnected stories set in a haunted motel?
Uh, I don't even know if I've seen a movie like that.
Anthology, and I know an anthology that features a hotel, but I don't think all of the stories take place there.
It's okay, man. Take
Would
your time.
it be just trying to think of like hotel names like I don't know, Hell Hotel?
No. Incorrect. Pat with the steal, the
I'm
possible
gonna
steal.
guess. I'm gonna guess. What is Southbound?
Correct.
Really?
Yes.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
Hell yeah!
Way to go for
I love
800.
that movie too. All right, hell yeah! That's a great movie. It's the best scene. I won't even spoil it. I'll just pick that movie one time. It has a really, there's a standout scene in there. It's fantastic.
All right.
Wow.
All the 800 is gone.
Yeah, we only got there.
Every other categories 2 through 6 have 600-point categories still.
I'm gonna go with villains for 600. That's category 3.
Okay. What is the name of the masked chainsaw? Wait, hold on. They repeated a question in here, and I didn't even catch that.
We could just scratch that one off, and I can move to a different one. Do you want to do that? Arlie, is that okay with you?
You know what?
If
How
you
about
want
this?
to.
How about I just change it to another slightly easier one? Because I mean,
Easier than Leatherface?
it is Leatherface.
Well, yeah, because it's the same
Yeah.
question. Yeah, we knew what the answer was going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
When you're like the
like-
chainsaw wielding and then
Are
you
you
stop.
saying the question's going to be easier than
Sorry,
that?
I thought you were coming to. All right. Yeah. I mean, seriously, really. Okay. I'll just come up with one off the top. In what movie is this will be vague too, so maybe it'll be a little bit more challenging. In what movie do they use a puppet as part of their scare tactics for their victims?
Saw. What is Saw?
Yeah, you got it. All right. 600.
You're like, I'm gonna make this hard.
I said it might be. I don't know. I was like, there's a lot of movies where puppets are.
You better
used
get
for
ready
scare
for this hardest question you're ever gonna get.
You're putting words in my mouth.
What does Jigsaw use to scare people? And his name is Billy.
See, I didn't even know that. If you had said what's the puppet's name, I didn't even remember that. I know it now that you said it. I was like, oh yeah, but would not have remembered that in the moment. All right, Arlie, you're bored.
Whatever the horror icon.
Category 2, 4, 5, 6.
No. It's
the highest.
3, 4, 5, 6.
The
no,
highest.
I picked villain.
Oh. You're right. Go on.
The highest number in villains.
That's
400.
Yeah, it would be 400. Are you sure? I know you. Do you want to pick 2, 4, 5, or 6?
I just gave you my pick.
Okay. I thought you would have gone with a higher point total. Sorry.
You're changing it up.
Okay. Okay. What is the name of the demon that possesses the Annabelle doll? The doll Annabelle. Sorry. What is the name of the demon that possesses the doll Annabelle in the film series of the same name? Seen
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
I mean, we've established in the past I don't watch possession movies, so
Well, that's not a
Bertha.
possession movie though. The doll's possessed by a demon, but it's not a possession.
There is a
More of a hunt.
possession going on in it. I'm gonna say Bertha just because I don't know. Beelzebub. Beelzebub. I have no idea.
Annabelle.
All right.
What it
Its name
says.
is Annabelle. Well, I didn't get to guess, but I wasn't going to guess that. I was
Oh
going to guess
shit!
something
I'm
close
so
though.
sorry. I'm
I was
so
going to
sorry,
guess.
Pat.
I was going to guess Ambach because I thought it sounded like a demon name, but like I have nothing to base it on, so I wouldn't have got it anyway.
All right.
All right. Then I'm
I'll
going to go
that'll
with
be a wash.
monster creature for 600.
Okay.
That's category 2.
What type? I know. I just
Talking
searched
to
for it
Arlie.
so I can ask
Just
the
so
question.
Arlie knows. Just so Arlie knows.
Oh, okay. Oh, what type of supernatural entity is the main antagonist in the Insidious film series?
Oh God. I know I cannot think of it. I know that they explicitly say it because like that type of a demon has like a tag or whatever, like this type. I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna say um succubus.
Incorrect. Harley for the steal.
I don't know. Poltergeist.
I was gonna ask, did you want me to reread it, or you have no idea, and this is just
He said he hasn't seen it anyway, so
That's a throwaway for
the
me.
further. It's called the further.
the further. Okay, yeah, that makes sense now.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
somebody's awake.
Horror icons. Is there anything left in it?
Is that horror movie classics
Yeah, I
or
was like,
monster creature
there's
or
no
villain?
horror icons.
The villain.
There
Yeah,
is
villains
a
has 200
200.
still.
I'll take that one.
All right. Who is the iconic killer? Sorry, it's just if you don't know it, I'd be fucking flabbergasted. Who is the iconic killer in the Halloween movie franchise? Just gonna give you the 200 right now.
Dr. Samuel Lewis. Lizard.
All right, Pat
He
for the steal.
he shot him. He shot a guy 6 times.
That is true. Just go
That
around
is
shooting
true.
people.
And then he goes and tells the cops, and the cops don't do anything. They don't believe him. Can you fucking believe that?
They go
He
after the guy that he shot. Like,
he shot poor innocent Michael Aubrey Myers for no reason.
so yeah, he's got those points. I had no idea that was his middle name. Is that really his middle name, or are you just BSing?
That's his real middle name.
Oh wow.
No idea.
Okay. All right. So if you want to know right now, Arlie, you have 3,000, and I have 4,600.
There's still a chance.
There's plenty of stuff left.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with horror movie classics for 400.
Okay. In which horror film does a young girl named Reagan become possessed by a demonic entity?
What is The Exorcist?
Correct.
What'd you do if you looked up and I started going into traumatic flashbacks? And I was just like,
The devil's coming for me.
no, no, Uncle David.
All right, you're bored, Arlie.
Whatever is the highest point amount on any spot. I'm ready.
All right.
4, 5, or 6.
I'll go with 4.
Okay. What is the name of the horror movie about a grieving mother who becomes convinced that her deceased daughter is trying to contact her from the afterlife?
Something's telling me like I know this answer.
I mean,
Yeah, I feel like as soon as he says it, I'm going to be like, oh, but I can't think of it right now. Grieving mother.
You want me to
Child
reread it for you just in case?
contact her
What
from the
is the
grave.
name of the horror movie about a grieving mother who becomes convinced that her deceased daughter is trying to contact her from the afterlife?
I can't think of anything. I'm just gonna throw out the others.
No. No. Pat for the steal?
I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just going to throw out a guess and say Jezebel.
Incorrect.
Yeah, that's not what that movie's about. Yeah.
It's very weird. I don't think any of you would have gotten it. The Babadook.
Oh my God, I know the Babadook, but I did not remember it being about that. But I got to
Okay.
rewatch that one. I remember liking it. Babadook.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
never
sorry.
heard of it.
Good movie. I'm gonna go with cult classics and obscure gems for 400.
Okay. In which horror film do a group of people find themselves trapped in a deadly escape room?
Escape Room.
Correct.
Actually, a pretty good movie.
I didn't know that,
Harley,
so
you want the
I would have just guessed escape room as well.
There's a second one also I haven't seen, but I've heard good things. Arlie, you're
Alright.
bored.
You want the highest point?
Sure.
All
Give
right.
it to
What
me.
is the name of the fictional town where many of Stephen King's stories are set?
I know this one.
You keep picking the
Gary?
hard one. I don't know.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't. How many points was that? I wasn't listening. Oh, that was
600.
settings for 600. Okay. All right, coming
Yeah.
back. All right, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna close out horror movie classics for 200.
Okay. What horror movie features a hockey mask wearing killer named Jason Voorhees? Just gonna give you the 200 now.
Friday the 13th, 2 and on. Is that acceptable?
That's true, huh?
No, it's
They
not.
say Friday the 13th.
Oh,
so
no. God dang, no, you're right. I might actually have to bow out because it's. Yeah, I'll just let you say it. You're right. Because
Wait, what did
Jason
he
Voorhees
say?
is 2 and on, but yeah, he doesn't have the hockey mask yet.
He doesn't get the hockey mask until Friday the 13th, Part 3.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, they don't specify. They just say
I'm
Friday
gonna let
the
him
13th.
have that though because that is something I should have got, and I'm gonna give him that. That's 200. So you're at 3,800 now. I'm at 54, and it's your board, Arlie. You want a cookie, Bubba?
The next highest point in any of the categories.
All right, I'll go to monsters and creatures.
Is
In
not
which film?
number 600 and number 6 not still available?
No. Oh, did I? I thought I did that one.
I chose 400
Oh no, you're
on
right.
that one
I
last
must
time.
have. I think I accidentally crossed that out last round. That's my fault. Okay, so yeah. All right. What is the name of the horror movie about a cursed videotape that kills whoever watches it?
Are you sure you didn't already do this one? Because this has already been on the board.
It's
Oh no,
similar,
I know.
but it's
I know.
asked in a different way.
It's differently. It's
Oh.
asked differently though. So that's why.
Oh, in that case, do. You've hit the daily double.
Congratulations! It's worth 1,200 points.
No, it's it's The Ring.
Yeah. All right.
And I need to edit this the questions a little bit more next time.
My bad. I trusted Chat
If-
GPT a little too much.
If Leatherface
No,
is on here
everything's
for
going
a
fine
third
so
time,
far. Everything's going fine so far. Okay,
Chat
I'm gonna go
Jeopardy
with
is
monster creature for
flawed.
400.
Okay.
Why?
All right. In which film do a group of friends encounter a terrifying creature that hunts them in the woods?
a lot.
I'm
Half-Life.
I'm gonna say the Blair Witch Project.
Correct.
Mm.
And
But
Pat
yeah,
with
there's a lot
400.
of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. I honestly was like,
All
oh
right,
man,
Arlie, you're bored.
he messed this up. So categories 4, 5, and 6 are open for their 400 points.
No, I did 400 for 6 2 turns ago. That's when you accidentally crossed out the 600 point one. But now
yeah,
the only
that's
400s left
probably why.
are category 4 and 5.
That's why I
Give me
fucked up.
4 for 4.
4 for 4, huh?
Full full.
In which film does a ballet dancer slowly lose her grip on reality as she prepares for a performance?
The only ballet movie I know is Black Swan.
Yeah, that's gotta
Yes,
be it.
correct.
Is that a horror movie?
I had no idea.
I didn't think so, but I mean, I went
Wow.
with it because there's been a lot of questionable movies that I didn't think were horror that are horror.
It's
I
now
thought-
5,000 to 5,800, so
I
it's getting scary.
I
I'm
th-
going to take the last 400
Yeah.
settings for
It's called.
400.
It's listed as a horror mystery.
I thought it was just a movie about lesbian ballerinas.
That's just the only reason anybody talks about it. I guess must not be very scary. Yeah, I'm taking
5.
settings for 400.
All right. What is the name of the remote cabin where a group of friends encounter evil forces in The Evil Dead?
What's the name of the cabin?
Yeah.
I have
That
no
can't be right.
idea. I have
Wait.
no clue.
Hold on. The answer.
He's like, hold on, the answer is.
No, the answer doesn't make sense. That can't be correct.
All right, give me the final Jeopardy one that you're not using. Whenever you were looking up final Jeopardy questions, you decided to go with one. Give me one that you didn't tell us for this one.
Okay. That's all it was gonna be. Okay. In the 1985 film Reanimator, based on H.P. Lovecraft's serialized novella Herbert West Reanimator, what is the name of the university where the protagonist Herbert West attends medical school?
I have no idea, so I'm just gonna say the first one that jumped in my head for some reason is Camden. Let's say Camden University. If that even
Miskatonic
is
University.
one. I didn't hear what you
For
said,
some
but
reason,
also Arlie
that
did not
answer
guess.
was the cabin in the woods.
Oh, that was the name of the cabin in the Evil Dead movie?
Yeah, just the cabin in the woods.
That's weird. All right, did you hear
I didn't
the
think that
answer
was
for this one,
correct.
Arlie? Because I didn't hear it, but you didn't get to guess.
Come on, nobody would have gotten that. That's why I'm not. That's why I didn't want to use it. I was like, nobody's gonna get this. Nobody's gonna bet on it.
I don't know which one he was at. What I would have been answering to.
The second one.
The Miskatonic.
Oh, so you said it. Okay, now we understand. Okay, so that one just gets thrown out. So Arlie, it's your board. There's 200 left in 2, 4, 5, 6. That's it.
What are the categories?
Monster creature, psychological settings, cult classics, and obscure gems.
I'll go with cult classic.
For 200.
What is the name of the horror movie about a killer doll named Chucky?
Oh, 200 there. Can you not remember it? Is that why you're laughing?
No, it's child's play, but it's ridiculous.
It was only a 200-point question.
I mean, that one was it was meant to be easy. So I mean, to be fair,
I'm going monster creature for 200.
Monster creatures for 200. What classic horror movie features a giant radioactive lizard terrifying Tokyo? There's 200 right there.
Godzilla?
Correct.
All right, Arlie, psychological and settings for 200.
I'll go with settings.
Okay.
Almost done.
In which horror film does a family move into a house haunted by vengeful spirits? That could be fucking 100 different movies.
My first initial thought is Amityville.
That was the second thing I thought.
Nope.
But I don't think the first thing I thought was right either. I'm going to say The Conjuring.
Wrong. Poltergeist.
Oh, well. All right, so I got the last one, psychological for 200.
Yep. What is the name of the hotel where Jack Torrance becomes oh my god. I gotta.
Didn't you already ask him this one?
Yeah, it was the same question.
Wait.
You did ask him.
Yeah, he did.
Wait. You did, but you did say psychological though. So hold on. Then it was right. Then it's not.
Wait, what? I have no idea what's going on right now.
Psychological for 200.
Yeah, I think you got it though. I think you must have missed that one. I think we are already done. Because all the 200 categories I already asked.
No, you didn't, because that was. I've been keeping track over here. I mean, it's fine though. We can go with the scores we have now right into Final Jeopardy, because that's all going to come down to Final Jeopardy anyway.
No, we had to, because we already did that question, and you did that.
It was worded different, so it was just another repeat question. It was worded differently the first time.
Nope, because there's no other answer in any of these questions that are the Overlook Hotel. That's the only one.
Well, there's got to be one question left then. Which question have you not crossed out? Or, like I said, we can just skip it and go to Final Jeopardy.
It's 200 points. It's not going to be like game changing.
No, we did all of them. We did all of them, man.
We didn't.
Yeah, I'm serious.
There's an even number of questions, and he started, so I should have ended.
Well, don't forget though.
Like I said, it's fine though. Let's just go into Final Jeopardy.
But don't forget though. Remember, because that one question that you asked could have gone back and forth. It should have. Oh wait, no, you're right. No,
it's all right. It's all right. Again, if there was no Final Jeopardy, then we probably have issues. But there's Final Jeopardy, so it comes down to that anyway.
There'd be an asterisk next to this win.
I'm serious. You can listen to all the. Hold on. So there's no asterisk.
No, I'm not saying there is. I'm saying if we ended it here, I would be the one to be like, "There's an asterisk next to this."
True.
Okay, I'm in the lead, so it's my question that got missed. So. But I mean, I guess if this missed, then something happened along the way. But as far as the points we earned from the questions we asked, I think that's.
But you just go into Double Jeopardy or Final Jeopardy.
Hold on. Let me just, for the audience sake, so they don't. I know how it feels to be the audience member.
They don't care
what the fuck happened.
They don't care.
Well, I do. The first category, the answers.
Time to turn down your audio.
Okay, really quick. If you're going to list out 30 answers, we don't have time for that. We've been going forever. Let's just jump into Final Jeopardy. Okay, you can explain it on the next episode. I will remember all the answers we gave anyway. Would you, Arlie?
No.
all the ones we gave correctly, or the ones that we were corrected with. I wouldn't remember them anyway.
The only ones I know I
You
wouldn't
won't
remember.
the questions, but the answers you'll remember because you got most of them right. There was like maybe 5 or 6 of them that you didn't.
Whatever
Out
the
of 30.
quickest way to get to Final Jeopardy is, let's do it.
Friday the 13th, The Exorcist, The Shining, The Ring, the first time.
Okay, The
Leatherface.
Shining was never asked. That was never an answer. The Shining was never an answer.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was the 600-point one where it was, what is the name of the
hotel?
Wait a minute.
You said what is the name?
Up.
Probably supposed to be the name of the movie that features the Overlook Hotel or something like that, because The Shining was never an answer.
Question.
The Overlook was an answer twice.
That's why. And I gave you the points because I knew the answer by heart. That's why you thought there was 2 answers. Okay, there we go. Now we figured it out. That's why.
Okay. All right. So how does Final Jeopardy work? Do we get the category and then we wager before we get the question?
No category, just final question, man.
We have to put down what we're wagering right now, right?
Yes.
And then do we reveal that before the question, or
you get the question? There is no category. It's just a final question. There is no category, but what it is you get to hear the question, you get to wager, then I tell you the correct answer. That's how it goes.
Oh, you don't get to wait. You don't get to wager, but after you hear the question.
Yeah, you do, because you have time to think about what your answer is going to be. Remember, that's the whole do.
No, they're the do
happens
when they're deciding how much to wager.
Does that pop
that's
up?
Not coming through.
It
man.
does not.
You can't see it. It's blocking that. Yeah.
What's it supposed to say?
Just says, "Can you read? Can you read this?"
No. All right, I'm writing down my wager right now. But see, that's the tricky part. Is if I write down 800, which is how much of him I'm ahead of, and then I get it wrong and he gets it wrong, me and take the chance that neither of us are going to get this right. See, this is the do because you're trying to figure out how much you're going to wager on this question. You have no idea what it is, and the other person doesn't know what it is.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, then
I'm writing mine down right now. Okay. And it's underneath. It's underneath here.
All right. You want time, Marley, or did you want to add up the total points first?
Yeah,
no.
5,200.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I think I just screwed myself.
Are you guys ready for the question then?
Hold on.
God, I just screwed myself.
I'm sending it in Discord now, so I can't backtrack and be like, "Oh, it was this."
Why don't you just write it down on a piece of paper, man?
As established earlier, I don't have pen and paper in here.
All right.
And you clearly couldn't. I don't have a pen or paper in here.
I changed my original one because we're still talking about this, but now it's set in stone. So I can answer it, and then I will open this to reveal what I wagered.
Okay.
Let's have the question.
Okay. In the 1985... No, I'm just kidding. I was just going to repeat that fucking weird-ass question that nobody would have... All right. In the 1981 Canadian horror film My Bloody Valentine, what is the name of the mining town where the story takes place?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
I figured you guys have at least heard of the horror movie.
No.
No? You've never heard of My Bloody Valentine?
I've heard of it, but I have no idea what the name of the town's called, but I wrote down an answer.
The mining town?
Yep.
Yeah, the movie takes place with like ghosts that are in like a mine, but I don't remember what the name of the town is offhand. Good movie though. I only saw the remake. I didn't see the original.
There's a remake?
Oh, freak.
Are they?
Oh, wait, you said it's Canadian?
Yeah. In the 1981 Canadian horror film My Bloody Valentine, what is the name of the mining town where the story takes place?
That doesn't necessarily mean that the story takes place in Canada.
Saskatchewan, eh?
That's the only thing in Canada. Yeah, I know, but it's not like a town.
Dude,
I'm gonna
horror
chance
movies
it
don't
just not.
always use real places. You could always just go off of like a fictional town name.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. Is like,
I got mine written down.
all right,
Since I can't write it down, I'm just
and
gonna say it.
I figured you guys would say it,
Valentine.
huh?
Mine says Boulder.
Boulder. Okay.
I said Valentine. The city of
I mean,
Valentine.
you're very close. It's Valentine Bluffs.
Oh wow, that was very close.
Yeah.
I bet 800. That puts me down to 5,200. So if Arlie bet 0, then we're tied. I don't know how much he bet. I didn't look at the chat yet. You want to just reveal that, Arlie?
I just put all points. I was either
all
gonna
points. Oh, okay.
I was either gonna
All right.
win or lose. It's like
Win or lose spectacularly.
yeah.
All right, so that settles it.
Although
VHS is added onto the bracket, so I will refine that, and then I'll start flipping the coin to whittle the brackets down. Now, do you guys want to do more than just the finals for games? Do you want to do the final four through the finals for games so we can all get a chance to play, or just the finals?
I don't care. I honestly, I have no preference, if I'm being honest.
I'm gonna say that this game has an asterisk next to it since I got the town right.
It was close, but no cigar.
It was close. Honestly, if they didn't have that bluff start in,
right? That was crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, when you were like, I thought you were just kidding about being shocked for a minute. I was like, oh my god, he really didn't know.
No, I remember a couple of them taking place at a motel, but they don't. It doesn't seem to me like they all took place in the motel. Then the best one, there's these two girls that are running away, and they get they go into these people's house. They're like they're gonna help them, but it turns out like everybody in the house is in a cult, and they're trying to sacrifice or do something with these girls. So one of them escapes, and she runs out into the road, and that's the end of that story. And when she runs into the road, she gets hit by a car. The next story is that guy who hit her, and it takes place. It goes from there, and it's the best story. But it's just like Mr. Show, where the end of every bit leads into the next one. But a couple of them take place at a hotel, so that was just a guess. But it's a really good movie. But okay, we gotta wrap this up because we've been going for a long time. And
That's what she said.
Yeah. Games usually do, man. Games usually go on for quite a while.
We've only been going for.
That was going to be long, but
I will do more than skim it. That was my fault. I skimmed a couple of the questions, and they looked accurate on the answers. That's why I didn't hesitate. So
it's not perfect, but my games haven't been perfect either. So it's a work in progress. It was a lot of questions, so I mean it's a lot to have to go over.
Yeah.
So. All right, so yes, I will refine the bracket and then post a picture of that has VHS represented on there, and then I'll start flipping coins and get in touch with you guys throughout the week.
Okay.
We've only been going for an hour and 20 minutes.
No way.
Yeah.
It's 7 o'clock. Seriously? We started at 5.
Are you ready for your would you?
Before 5.
Are you ready for one of these quick hitter would you rathers?
Yes, please hit me with it.
Are you
muted, Casey?
Yeah, he is. The mute button is up on his screen. I
didn't mean to hit it. I must have accidentally when I moved the.
I've been hearing you this whole time, so I don't think it affected anything. I just noticed it right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Clearly, I mean, it just happened. It couldn't have happened more than a minute ago.
These are two quick hitters. Would you rather be the cowboy riding the bull, or the clown who distracts it? Since you brought up being chased by a bull.
I'd rather be the clown. I'd rather be the clown.
I figured that one would be quick. No think.
Yeah.
And the second one
Clowns
is.
Get less
what about you, Arlie? Who would you rather be?
I don't know. I try and write.
I try to. But my current skill set, I would be the clown. Be best at being the clown.
I would try to ride the bull, but I know as soon as the gate opens and the first time it bucks, I'd be like, boom, right into the fucking gate as it opened.
Over the horns.
Like I'd be launched up, and then my back would just land perfectly T-boned on the gate, and my spine would be broken. That's what would happen. And then the other quick hitter one is would you rather get $1 every time you compliment a stranger, or $100 every time you insult a stranger?
$100 for every time I insult a stranger. Because I would just start insulting people on the smallest things. I'd be like, that shirt looks atrocious. Like, I
never insult people, but I never compliment them really either. So, I mean, if I knew I was getting money for it, though, I would insult people. I just, you go out and insult 1,000 people, and then you're done for a while,
Exactly. And you never said there was a level of or severity of the insults, like your mother deserved to die. Not like that.
Well,
I could be like,
that's because these are
terrible.
These are from a website, not from me. These are from a website, not from me.
Thought out, Arlie. Just kidding.
If you want, I could alter it to me.
No.
No,
we're good.
I'll stick with the easy.
Save that for next week.
That's why. That's why I call this site the quick hitters, because these are like tame ones that like normal people would ask each other that are like, "Ooh, I don't know, that's a hard good one." To us, we're like, these are softballs. You're throwing softballs over here.
Hell yeah!
Because we're definitely used to a different style.
Usually, it's like, would you rather get a dick in your mouth or your butt?
It's like, okay, hold on, let me think about this. I get the ability to swallow cum,
and it's your dad's.
Oh no, shit.
Those are more towards ours, but that's why I'm calling these ones the quick hitters.
Come up with an original. Come up with an original for next week to really throw us off.
Oh, you're putting the challenge out. You're saying like, make it really, really messed up.
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
I'll make one
hard one. I want one that I have to think about. Because the clown one, I was like, that's easy. I'll be the clown. There's no fucking way I'm gonna be on top of that bull. Even if I somehow miss the horns the first time, if I fall over, that thing is not just like walking away nicely. That thing is going to like
stomping on me. Yeah.
Crazy.
I already got it for next week, and you guys aren't gonna be happy.
Oh God.
Now I kind of want it. Now I kind of want it.
No. It's late. I gotta go. I'm hungry.
Yeah, we'll save it for next week, and it's definitely going to need to be an after hours. Would you rather?
Sounds good.
Oh, okay. Because Pat has to go. We'll leave it at there.
All right. Well,
just remember.
Welcome to pod time, bitch. Bye, brother.
Hi, brother. And Casey.
Was Welcome to Pod Time, my personal favorite podcast. Do not forget to fucking slash that subscribe button, slash that like button, and leave a fucking comment, or you will get a visit from Uncle Freddy and his glove.